Sorry about that. Took me a hot second here. I had to fight off that zombie and whatever else is going on. Welcome everybody. Zombie noises. Yeah, I know, right? It was annoying, but hey, what can you do? You know. That is the way that it goes. Oh shit! Nope. There we go. Ah, much better. Howdy, everybody. Hey, Metal. Hey, Axolotl. Hey, Arcmadio. And Don Dubious and Cody Ledger. Oh, God, it's black and white. Terrible. It's because I'm, like, going out of render distance from the schematic, and so it's, like, loading in all the schematic. I really wish they would overhaul how schematics are rendered, because they are very bad on the frame rate. Not a lot that anyone can do about it, but you know, that's how it is. Anyone from chat on? I thought I saw somebody on earlier, but I could be wrong. Get out of here. God, if it's anything I hate more, it's the skeletons and the spiders. They are the most persistent. I wish I hadn't chosen so many different varieties of block. Like, I get why I did it. It wasn't a bad choice, but it prevents me from, like, spawn-proofing this area to a degree, you know? Because, like, there's this rim of blocks right here that, you know, mobs can spawn on. And it's just, like, such a pain to have to concern myself with it. Oh well. Better be sorry. What was I fight? I mean, I had to fight off the zombies. They were killing me. The zombie had a shovel in its hand. This fucker does a lot of damage. I'm just glad he didn't pop a totem on me. I was, like, not really AFK, but I was not, like, in the game, you know? I mean, I was in the game, but, like, I was not readily available to assume control over my main body and stop the guy from whacking me a bunch. Do I pay for prio? Yes. It is not practical to try and just get in. Waited for how long? 12 hours? Jesus. Did I see that art on the Reddit? The Space Valk 3 art? Yes. Oh, what's their name? The person who did that. They call themselves Mikey? Or Mitch, excuse me. This Mitch person, they gave me the art and showed it and all that, and it's really cool, honestly. Really great art. Didn't expect to have any fan art of me ever made, let alone an event like Space Valk 3. Okay. Hey, 404%, welcome. Bro, so how many days out real time? What does that mean? Like, how far out am I? Or am I, like... How many days am I out from finishing? Because, like, there's no way to know how far away I am from finishing the project. How many days out? Like, it only took me a day or so of travel. But that's because I have really, really good traveling methods. Both? Yeah. I'm decently far out distance-wise, so I'm not, like, worried on that matter. Far out from finishing? Not anytime soon. I'm going to be working on this base for... I mean, I did Ocean's Anomalous for about a year and a half before it was nearly as good looking as it was. So, Archon Retia is going to take at least that long. I hope to get more than just a year and a half. I would love to have 2 or 3 years to work on this base. Because by that time, I will really, really have perfected how it looks. I will have added so much more to it. They hit the third space falc. Oh, yeah. Sir, another nerd has hit the second space falc. I don't know what would be a good 9/11 style joke for that. Hello, Boldly Brave PC. Welcome. How do you recommend I get my hands on an elytra? Get very, very lucky, or break down and buy one from a shop. Or you could go to spawn and beg for one. People might, take pity on you. You could always try trawling up and down all the highways, near spawn especially, though that's not a guarantee of anything. You can see if there are any piglins, zombie piglins especially, who have killed people who were AFK running and bouncing on the highways. And if those people died, whether that be because of piglins or because of their own, carelessness, you could scoop up an elytra off of a corpse and see if that does it. Obviously, you can join a group, make friends, ask people for stuff. Realistically, you only need a single elytra with unbreaking and mending. And if you can do that, you can fly out, if you're really good, fly out into the depths of the end and go get your own. And go get a bunch of your own, really. Though there's no guarantee that is as straightforward a method as I make it out to seem. So I don't know. Your best bet is to ask. Because people have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of duped elytra. And it's not unlikely that one or two of them would be willing to part with one or two elytra overall. And that would basically get you covered for a while, as long as you're very, very careful with how you use it. Haven't heard from the nerds in a while. Wonder what they're up to. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of Nerds Inc. members who are way more low-key. They're not Tristan or Clyde or anyone like that. They have like a passing interest in the server, but for the most part, I think the era of Nerds Inc. is just kind of over. I could be wrong. They could be cooking something up in the background we have no knowledge of. But I don't know. I would think by now we would see something. It is about 100k out in the end. You'll find plenty of wings. Yeah, if you can fly out that far, but or walk that far. It depends on what option you're going for. But the problem is no one wants to do that. And to be fair, not having any elytra of any kind feels really restrictive. Oh my god, you feel like you're worthless. You're helpless. Because, everybody and their brother can just fly up on you if you're anywhere near spawn. They literally, they can be on you like white on rice, and you can't hardly do anything about it. Happy Thursday, Mr. Swisher Surgeon. Do I look like I'm okay? I didn't fall over. I don't know what you're talking about. You're on your side. Oh, shit. Speaking of falling. Instantly dumped down to the fucking... Oh, shit. Okay, stop. Baritone. Baritone needs to be tweaked to, be better. Okay, so I've been doing pretty much all of these pads, this big flat open area, as well as the back wall here. And that has taken all day to do. All of this, all of these, I call them vistas. I don't know that that's technically the right word, but, these open areas. I'm going to put some stuff on these eventually. I'm not going to leave them flat and open and boring like this. Obviously, I'm going to put some art. I'm going to, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff on these. I'm just more of I want the hard outline finished, the shell, and then I can decorate and make it a little different and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's what I've been working on. And I tell you, There is so much. So much to do. Okay, empty box. Whoops. Probably shouldn't be in third person. I wonder if that's a challenge someone has tried. Or I don't know, would that even be a challenge? Guess not. Playing 2B2T, but with third person only. Might be a little harder to pull off than not. I don't know. Hey, Musk Wizard, welcome. And Arthur, eating chicken nuggets, okay. From where? Just like store-bought, frozen? You didn't make your own, did you? I would honestly be surprised if somebody made their own chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets are actually kind of difficult to make. And before anyone goes, well, actually, I'm referring to chicken nuggets made from scratch. Ooh. I knew he'd throw himself down the hole. I mean, I wouldn't have bothered. Hey, when I walk out your account, can you also help place Blackstone? Yeah, you could. Fuck, I forgot you wanted to do that, Mike. Oh my god. Yes, I will happily walk your account out here. I completely forgot about that. How long have I been on the server? About 10 years, roughly. 10 years of playtime. I don't spend every waking hour on the server, just so you know. I do have about a year of like collective playtime, but I also don't AFK on the server if I can avoid it. So that would be why, like younger players who have more playtime than me, people like Cody and a bunch of others, a lot of them will just AFK on the server forever. And they go as long as they can before they get kicked and so on and so forth. I was never one to do that. Like, in my opinion, AFKing 2B just kind of bloats your playtime for no reason. You're just artificially inflating a number. And it's just big number. Like, who cares? Big numbers are not that special. Third person's hard to maintain. It is, actually. Like, you see how schizo baritone is. I can't imagine trying to live and place stuff and do normal things in third person and only be able to do them in third person. It would actually be kind of hard. I wonder if it would it would start out as not like a difficult challenge, but it would morph into a difficult challenge over time. I don't know. Your mother bought them, okay. Give me Mike's account. I will help him place the Blackstone. No, I'm pretty sure he can place Blackstone on his own. What's the longest someone's been on the server without getting kicked? Probably many, many, many months, but it's hard to know for sure. There are so many Discords that have live 2B2T chat, and the only way they can do that is by having an account that's online. And almost all the time, these accounts or these Discords have access to 2B2T chat. So it's uncertain, but they definitely have a lot of ways of maintaining a pulse on what's going on. So there have got to be a lot of people who have long playtimes from just AFKing and what is effectively listening in on the chat to then pipe that into a Discord. That's really the only thing I can think of. Like, yeah, like pretty much every, yes, yeah, stonks go up. I know how you feel, Cody. Hey, Cardi K, I've been good. I've mostly just been placing Blackstone slabs all day, and completing these wall segments. If you have priority, you can just AFK forever. Yeah, anti-AFK, sure. Beta Calculator has been fishing, barring the times where Beta's been kicked because of, running out of prio or not having prio and then running up to that 8-hour window or however long it is they give you without paying. Yeah, that is definitely a thing, but I don't know. Again, I don't see a value in just continually staying online, even if I do have priority. I don't care. Like, I guess I could. Well, see, also, I want to shut my computer down at some point. So, I suppose I could get that proxy service and then just continually pay for prio on my main, and then the proxy service is just always online. But that seems kind of silly, you know? Like, what value is that? We already have beta calculator phishing. What the fuck do I need to be online for? Like, what would I even be doing? Ringing a bell like Cody? Like, there's no value in that. Again, it's just making big number go up for no real reason. Restarts messed it up, but my record on one account was 23 days uptime. Damn. That's pretty good. I know with all the lagging and the crashing and stuff, there's really no way to get started keeping an account online for really, really long spans of time. I'm sure whenever this shit gets fixed, whatever that is, we will eventually have, you know, a really decent, like, chance. I don't know that it'll matter long term because someone's probably already got a really absurd record that no one will break. So who knows? Who knows? AFKing farms? I don't have any farms yet, but I could AFK farms. The problem is I'm going to set up a disposal unit so that when my farms are running, they're going to set all their items into like an array of double chests. But they're not going to be many double chests. And excess stuff is just going to be lava'd. So at a certain point, AFKing will be pointless. AFKing for a farm. Because after a certain point, my farms are not going to be, you know, producing a surplus. I'm just going to be lava burning the surplus. Because what do I need the surplus for? Dubs go up? No, I don't want dubs to go up. That's too much trouble. See, that's something I've learned over the years. Having 1 billion dubs of something is a really nice flex. But after a point, it becomes more of a burden and less of a boon to your base. I want farms and factories and autocrafter stuff to make whatever the hell I want. But I don't want to have so many items to keep track of that it is a headache, you know? It is beyond your natural ability to keep track of. Because at a certain point, you lose your ability to understand what all you have at your fingertips. Pack those items up and give them to others? Yeah, I might try that, honestly. I've toyed around with the idea in the back of my head, silly though this may be, of starting a legitimate shop. The only shop whose items are entirely farmed and would be entirely like, you know, no item is duplicated, no any of that. Like, but then no one would give a shit about that because I would have to price things in such a way that you'd be spending more money on stuff that I gave you. Like, duplicated items from big shops would be, you know, I'd never be able to compete with that. It'd be funny as hell, but, like, no, the big shops will always be in the big ones, you know, they're big for a reason. You get tired of being asked about pop-up? Yeah, a little bit. But a lot of people haven't really asked me much about pop-up lately. Of course, data doesn't go back before, like, 2020. Yeah, a lot of the Discords that kept track of... There we go, stupid fucking skeleton. Anyway, a lot of the Discords that kept track of a lot of the data, they've all been purged, more or less. Discords just don't, especially big ones, they just don't last. Have you noticed that? Discords are kind of, like, pointless. Not that a Discord doesn't have its use, just that for maintaining data, and for talking to people. It seems like eventually Discords just go under. I've been running for 3 years, 2 months, 14 days, and 16 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, Forrest Gump. That poor, poor soul. Imagine being Forrest Gump. Build a honey wall for items. It's a cool feature to have. Yeah, okay. I could do that. Build a giant honey wall and then have all the items cascade down and into lava. And those are the excess items, you know. When items are cascading over the honey wall, even though they're about to be destroyed, it's sort of like a symbol of wealth. Yeah, that's a great idea, Poncho. I might do that. People would buy my signed items? Yeah, they probably would. I could do that. Damn it. Baritone... Even Baritone makes fucking ghost blocks. Shops usually buy stuff off base hunters and resell them, so it costs them cash to hold inventory. Yeah. I mean, that's just kind of how it is. Hey, Droft, welcome. You gotta make money to spend money, and you gotta spend money to make money. Okay, so there's just this last, finalmost plateau. Plateau, that's probably the right word to use for these areas. Yeah. Credit Poncho Hamster for the idea, okay. Now you're gonna have to remind me, I'm gonna forget. I'm just telling you now. I will, but I'm not gonna remember right away, and I might forget the idea altogether, sadly. And I don't want that. So just beware. But that is a damn good idea, though. I could have that in a display area of some kind, so that you can just sit, I don't know, maybe in a minecart or a chair or something like that, and just watch the items cascade over the honey wall, knowing full well they are cascading to their doom. That could be cool. Unless Universon reminds you about it and you credit him instead. No. I absolutely remember that you gave it to me. I'm just not going to remember to say anything like that, because it's going to be a while before I get to that. Money by Mr. Krabs. Yes. You know, I got curious about Mr. Krabs earlier today, and I went on a fucking wild goose chase. Did you know that Clancy Brown, I think his name is Clancy Brown? No, it's not. No, it has to be Clancy Brown. Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy was the author. That's right. Clancy Brown, voice of Mr. Krabs. Did you know that dude has been doing shit since like the 80s? Voicing and acting and things. Like, I was curious about him because I was like, I got recommended a random Starship Troopers clip for some reason. And I was like, oh yeah, Starship Troopers was great. Motherfucker was in Starship Troopers. I was genuinely taken aback that Starship Troopers came out in 97 and SpongeBob came out in 99. And so the very first comment on that clip was, this is what Mr. Krabs was doing before he opened the Krusty Krab. And I had to do a double take because I was like, what? Mr. Krabs? Huh? Sure enough, Clancy Brown. It's the guy who did it. Yeah, he's old, but he's so amazing. He's been in everything. And so, yeah. Like, my eyes just, my ears wouldn't believe it at first. But yeah, that's how it goes, you know. Some people have, son of a bitch. Some people have a long history when it comes to acting. Ooh, this is going to be an annoying hole to drain. Not looking forward to that. But yeah, I was just like, oh my god, Mr. Krabs? And then somebody gave a war quote, or a quote from some other war-related movie that I believe Clancy Brown was in. and then like attributed it to Mr. Krabs. It was really good. SpongeBob Starship Trooper lore wasn't on my bingo card. You're welcome, JJB. You're very welcome. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that broad fucking wall. In the 80s, yeah, Clancy Brown played a bad guy in the original Highlander. That was right, yes! He was, Kurgan. That was his name. Yeah, he was Kurgan. God. What a trip. Seen pictures, videos of him, he seems glaringly old. Well, I hate to say this, but people who have been around a while tend to be old. I don't know if you've noticed, but the older people get, the longer they've stuck around for. And vice versa. How long has Sid Meier been doing stuff? I don't fucking know. Sid Meier has, Sid Meier is fucking... Is he even alive? He may not be. Or no, he is. He's 71, though. Jeez. Sid Meier, Civilization 7, official launch. Damn. Sidney K. Meyer. Okay, that was his name. So did he, like, retire or something? He's 70, I would hope. I would hope the man is living and loving in retirement. Oh, never mind. Years active, 81 to now. Microprose, Fraxis Games, development style. No, yeah, he's still doing stuff. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Civ 7 just released, so that would be why. Or, sorry. It's about to release. Or no, sorry, Civ was released in February for everybody, and it's going to be the Switch 2 on June 5th. Okay. That explains it. Yeah, so he just fucking knocked it out of the park. I don't know that he's going to retire necessarily, but I'm sure he could. Have I ever been offered a sponsorship? I don't have a large enough audience for that. I should try podcasting, voicing, radio acting, or voice acting, radio act. Yeah. Stuff like that. I probably should, but I don't know anyone who would, like, willingly hire me. Voice acting is a world I see too far, but a lot of my friends' voice actor teachers, one of them worked for Tokyo Ghoul and DuckTales. Cool. How long did it take me to design this? The base? The base was like... maybe a month. Probably not even a month. The base was not that bad because I was only I was using World Edit and Creative Mode. So like the broader design was fuck. The broader design was much easier to pull together than you'd think. It was more of a, hey, this is how I'm feeling in the moment, and so I just struck and put stuff where I wanted it. It helps that I know how to use World Edit very, very, like, intimately well. Appreciate the advice for the Embase. You're welcome, Troff. I'm sorry I couldn't give you any better advice than that. The sad truth of it is, if you're trying to build an end base, you are gonna get tailed. There are too many trails and ways to follow and find people. And there are too many autists out there who are all like, oh, this trail goes out 1,000 blocks. This trail goes out 10,000 blocks. I have to follow it to the end now. Because there will likely be a stash or a base at the end. And most of the time they're correct. You do voice acting in Freeform Friday games. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose that's not wrong. Who do you think's the best builder? Oh, God, that's a very loaded question. I think the best builder is a title that, first of all, it's incredibly difficult to ascertain something like that, but that even if you do ascertain it, let's say you do a community poll or some shit, a community vote, things of that nature, it will change. because it is a skill. And like any skill you are making or using, it can get better and it can get worse. So who's the best football player right now? Well, there are a lot of people who could fit that bill. But I guarantee you who the best football player is right now will not be the best football player in 10 years or 20 years. That's how it goes. Now, obviously with building, you know, you don't have quite the limitation as you would with football, but you get the point. The best builder right at the moment on 2B, I have no way to know who that is, neither do you. But even if we figured it out, it wouldn't stay that way forever. So whoever the best builder is for the moment, all well and good, but they probably won't stay the best. But they might. I don't know. It's hard to really say. Both are so bad. Oh, well, I mean, see, that's the other thing, too. There's a huge element of, well, I think it's this person. Well, no, I think it's that person. No, it's Crowbar. No, it's Messi. No, it's so-and-so. Like, insert name here. But the whole point is that you could insert a million different names in, and over the years, it's going to change. So I don't know. I really couldn't say. I would like to think I'm an amazing builder. I would like to think I'm at the top, or near the top, or as high up as I could reasonably go. But I don't know. I haven't a fucking clue who the best builder is, because there's no way to know. There's no good way to know right at the moment. Maybe that will change. I don't know. How is Messi better than Crowbar? I'm using the football analogy, mixing it in with the building analogy. I'm merging the two analogies into one, okay? I get that that may not be an immediately obvious thing, but the whole point is titles change and they transfer hands constantly. The person on top today will not be the person on top tomorrow. This is just the way it works. So, you can argue about this, that, or the other. Whatever. Did you not mean Cristiano Ronaldo? And see, that's exactly what I'm saying. Someone said Messi. Someone says Cristiano. Like, how do you really determine? I guess you could use stats. You know, who's scored the most goals, who's intercepted the most times. Like, you can use all sorts of metrics you want. But like with building, well, how do you determine who's the best builder? What metrics do you use? Who builds the most? Who builds the most often? Who builds the biggest? Like, I don't know. The whole point is, it is a difficult thing to pin down. It's a nebulous idea. That was a weird Matrix glitch to hear Messi and Crowbar in the same sentence. Whatever. It's just part of what we're talking about. It isn't that important. Want to know my opinion? I know there's subjectivity, but opinions do matter. That's true, Cardi K. That's very true. Personally, I believe that I am at the top of my game. Ever since Space Valk 3, I have not gotten worse or better. I'm just like at the top of my game for now. But where things will go from here, building, I don't know. What will things be like in 10, 15 years? I don't know. At the end of the day, you can only take it one step at a time. Let me rephrase the question. It's about the accomplishment. Who's the most decorated builder? Ooh, that's a good question. Crowbar and I have been equally glazed by basically everybody. I shitposted once in chat earlier today while I was building. And like 4 people instantly recognized me, and I don't know. Same old, really. But I have no doubt that if Crowbar had been online, he'd have gotten the exact same sort of reception. So I couldn't tell you. Individually, I would imagine you are the best. No. Sky Masons wins for the best base. Yeah, but that was like 50 people or 30 people or however many all collaborating and planning. I don't feel like that's fair to put the efforts of a giant group on par with the efforts of one person. just because one person's never going to hold a candle to a bunch of people. There's always going to be a sort of magnification of effort when you've got more than one person helping. And that magnification of effort really, like, excels and exceeds what one person's generally capable of pulling off. People believe there is such a thing as the best PvPer, but none of those champs dominate all of PvP, so 2 or 3 game... Yeah, right. That's actually a really good way to put it, Poncho. There are multiple categories in multiple different ways, but, like, realistically, no one can be the best of them all. I don't believe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there are going to be people who can be the best that there ever was. You know, a once-in-a-generation talent that surpasses everything and everyone everywhere. Who knows? I'm probably not that person. I just enjoy making stuff. Went on the archive and explored Spacewalk 3. It's even more incredible exploring game. I know. You should have gone and downloaded the world download. It's in the description of the video, the trailer, the release trailer or whatever. Oh fuck! No! Don't you do it! Don't you do it! Get off! There we go. According to my personal opinion, how much have I achieved my potential in terms of building and creativity? At least 80%. But it's impossible to know for sure. These are a lot of, like, you would only know them in retrospect. You know, these are the decisions that the historians will make about you, not you. Because, you know, until an artist is dead and they're not making, or they're fully 100% retired and they're not making anything, right? They're not doing any more creating. Only when an artist is fully and completely removed from the field, the medium, do you really get the chance to go, okay, now what did they really do? What were they really, what was really their peak, you know? You can't fully know that in the moment, I don't believe. I still say Space Valk 3 is my magnum opus. I've not done anything to surpass it yet, though I would like to think Space Valk 5 has a really good chance of doing that. And maybe even, as I hoped earlier, Archon Retia. If I can get 2 or 3 years with Archon Retia, I think I can make it surpass Space Valk 3 too. Though I don't know. How do you beat the base so nice I built it twice? Like, at a certain point, you know, the bar gets set so high from so much absurdity, it stops being humanly possible to surpass it. Like, for a pole vaulter, how tall of a pole vault can a pole vaulter do? Okay, well, can they go an inch higher? Can they go a centimeter higher? Can they go a millimeter higher? Like, inevitably, a pole vaulter will meet that hurdle they cannot pole vault over. That legitimate, tallest, highest point that is beyond them. Even if by only a mere fraction of an amount. But inevitably, it is their limit. And a builder would naturally eventually hit that point too. That wall that there is no way to go beyond. Within human power. If you became superhuman, I don't know, maybe. Jack just works here. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, Axolotl. I just work here. I don't know. A lot of the art masters' last request was to burn their sketchbooks because they wanted people to think they were gods, only capable of the best. Ouch. That's a little, like, really fucking, oh shit. Well, at least I fell. Anyway, that's like really pretentious. No, I don't want anyone to see the crap that I didn't do. Oh no, I don't want to see anybody see my screwing around scribbles and stuff. Like, oh, I'm too good to see to have people see me when I'm just like mucking about. I'm not doing anything serious. Like, no, 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 no. You can only see the serious things that I do. Like, that is so pretentious. I'm not gonna lie. That is extraordinarily pretentious. Burn my sketchbooks. I don't want anyone to know that I was human. Like, fuck off. That's very, like, overwhelmingly stupid. Like, no. The Emperor indeed had new clothes. Oh shit. Haha. Oh, fuck. Skeletons. My personal hell is just a room absolutely crammed to the brim with Minecraft skeletons. Fuck. Must have fallen down from up there. Anyway. If you had a dupe, that would beat Space Valk 3, no problem. Not necessarily. Because having a dupe only gives you the ability to build. It does not give you the time to build. Or the time to design. Or even the insight to design. A dupe is merely the keys to the kingdom. But what doors will you open with those keys? To say, oh, well, if I had all the money in the world, I could do X, Y, Z. But could you, though? Would you, though? Because if you had all the money in the world, I imagine you'd be a huge target, and everyone would want to kill you. But barring that, maybe you have all the money in the world in a more legitimate manner. Okay. Well, now your problem becomes, how do you get everybody to pay attention and work together? Because with all that money, you're still a target. So, same thing with the dupe stash. Oh, well, if I just had this gigantic dupe stash, I could build a build to rival Space Valk 3. But again, would you, though? Because all that does is give you the opportunity to try. It doesn't give you the ability. It doesn't give you the time. It only allows you the chance. So, no. I really don't know. I don't expect there to be a Space Valk 3 level thing on this server anytime soon, if ever. Because the level of crazy it starts to aspire to is bordering on the edge of you're just not going to have enough time. You're not going to have, you know, some exploit will happen. Griefers will show up in some way or another. Like, you will just have it stolen out from under you. You know, Space Valk 3 was intentionally made in single player after a certain point. And it was made so outrageously big, you know, it had no choice but to be almost unattainable. Like, Space Valk 5 is kind of bordering on even more insane. And that's not even, like, fully labbed out yet. 2048 by 2048 is an absurdly large space to build in. You pay them taxes? I mean, that's not gonna, like, taxes is just theft. Like, that's not gonna do anything. You get the chance, you want to go to backdoor knowing that no one can ever know you did it. That would be neat, but I don't know that that's enough. Like, a backdoor, I don't feel like a backdoor if you were careful with it. I don't think a backdoor would be really, I don't know. You couldn't use it in any impactful way. That's the problem. A backdoor, if you don't want to get caught, you basically can't ever properly make use of it. Get out of here, witch. I think the only solution, whoa, for what I'm referring to is just a lot of luck. You got a dub count for Blackstone on Spacewalk 5? I do not. I can go and look up the materials, although that's a giant pain. I could, though, but it would be an absurd amount. If I had the superpower to dupe something in real life, I would like to dupe pen drives. Uh-huh. Dupe Bitcoin and e-wallets. Ooh, that would be something. Now here's the question. Would that actually work? Because the blockchain, would you be duping access to the wallet and not the Bitcoin itself? Because I don't know how that exactly works. But I don't know that that is an actual duplication. I think that's just duplication of access. But I could be misinterpreting how all that blockchain bullshit works. Is this massive house just for me? Not really. It's more of a means of distracting myself and making stuff that is good. I don't know how else to put it. What would I dupe in real life? Gold. Or some extraordinarily rare, but hopefully non-toxic, precious metal. Iridium, palladium, platinum, rubidium, although some of these have to be stored under special circumstances, so that would be a pain. Probably gold. Realistically, gold would be the best thing to duplicate because it wouldn't be strange to see it or have it. You can go and get its value and currency equivalent to its weight, and no one would bat an eyelash. And you would effectively be able, or silver. Silver's another great option. And you would effectively be able to just fly under any federal radar. No one would have a clue that you duplicated gold. Because realistically, the gold in the world is technically a finite amount, but it's an absurd amount to such a degree that nobody would realistically be able to tell a difference for hundreds of years. So I think gold would be the thing to dupe. If you really wanted to dupe shit in real life, you would pull an Earth MC and dupe gold. Uranium-235. Oh my god, no. Hell fucking no. Yeah, let's just dupe one of the most notoriously unstable radioactive isotopes of a dangerous fucking... Oh, and by the way, uranium is poisonous. So not only is it radioactive, not only is the radioactivity dangerous, uranium is just straight up toxic. Like, you can't store that in a safe way. Palladium's your choice? Okay, man said rubidium. Is it not rubidium? Is it maybe strontium? I forget what of like those really high-end metals is not dangerous, or maybe only slightly reactively dangerous, but is also really rare, and also not like that bad to try and mess with. Have I played Supercell games? No. Do I make these bases with the expectation they'll get found? I mean, yeah. I mean, every base will get found. That's not really saying much. I could just say it's artificial gold made in a lab. Oh boy. No, you can't. Because that's not how that works. Artificial gold made in a lab would not be observable to the naked eye. Oh, who dinged me on Discord? It's Roscoe. Anyway. Yeah, artificial gold made in a lab is made in a collider. You wouldn't be able to hold that much gold in your hands. Sorry. The artificial gold made in the lab would reduce almost no suspicion. In fact, it would kind of raise a lot of fucking questions. Why did we end with the gold standard? Because a lot of banks and people in power wanted to print money. because it would artificially inflate their power. And then eventually, you know, it would collapse and they would get what was coming to them, but they don't know that part. Dupe Ellie? Ooh. I don't know. I don't want to have more than the cats I have. And Ellie, if I duplicated her as she is, both Ellies, the duplicated Ellie and the original, would just die at the same time. Roughly. Like, I don't think that would really work. I would need to, like, regrow Ellie, but even that wouldn't. Or preferably, I would rejuvenate Ellie. I would like that type of research to work, but I don't know. People think you're dumb for making too much gold that costs more than its value. Well, no, the key would be to make gold jewelry and, like, gold earrings and rings and stuff. Gold chains. You know, lots of basketball Americans would love gold chains. You just give them a solid gold chain and be like, yeah, man, this is solid gold. Give me it worth its weight. Or maybe, you know, give them a small discount of some kind. And just go from there. Of course, then they would be afraid, oh, well, is this stolen? You know, maybe you should just go to a pawn shop or a we sell gold type outfit. But you would slowly and very, very controlledly allow this into the general thing. Although the other thing is, if you sell too much gold over the course of many, many months, you will end up on a list. So, like, there's really no easy way to do this that would be foolproof. Both strontium and rubidium are quite reactive. Yeah, you would store them under argon or something to keep them from being, you know, explosively dangerous. You don't know much about the chemistry of either, but I know rubidium is very reactive. Yeah. The lower down on the table you go, the worse and more reactive the species. People have already read that. What's the thing that makes you feel best, like therapeutic? Roller skating, definitely. Building like this is pretty therapeutic. I find it really, like, nice to just slap all of these down like this. If you clone something living in the South, then you might receive persecution. I mean, it would definitely be an ethical kerfuffle, but, like, if you cloned anything anywhere, like, there are no scientific disciplines that would allow you outside of a biology lab and very, very special, you know, restrictions to clone anything. So, yeah, you're not cloning anything and getting away with it. Oh, but yeah, when are we going to be able to clone humans? I want to see myself without a mirror. Ooh. Probably never. Because that is, like, really, really, really unethical. Basketball Americans. Thank you, JJB. I'm glad you appreciate it. At the very least, we are not getting tax evasion? No, not really. It was like holding Pyrobyte's command block. It was a magnificent thing to see, but it was disappointing because the block itself would not place. Oh, shit. You needed to be in creative mode and have op to be able to do it. Uh-oh, 418 ping, Jesus. Maybe I should make a, like from up here, how the water flows into this area. I didn't really think of where I would make it flow to. Maybe I should make it empty out into this, this grate system. I don't know, maybe that's too silly. I don't know, this water up here needs to be flowing from somewhere into something. Oh, well, actually, wait, now that I think about it, the water should, like, flow around here. And then empty out up here and like a waterfall coming down off of here. Although the water does come down from up there. So I don't know. I don't actually know where the water comes from yet. I haven't bothered to plan that part out. I'm just kind of admiring the layout of it all. They cloned Kanye West? No. When World War III happens, they will be cloning autistic savants for the space race. You guys have interesting ideas as to what will be occurring. Would be a shame if you were all to be, I don't know, completely inaccurate. Is my avatar supposed to be sideways? No. You're sideways. God. I'm not sideways, gaming giant. Shut up. How many things am I taking to my grave? What do you mean, things? Like secrets? I mean, I can't answer that, so you'll just have to know that I can't answer that. That'll just have to remain a secret. You've been on 2B for almost 3 years. And for the last 6 months, it's been so incredibly interesting. Okay. The history has. Well, not a whole hell of a lot of history has been made in the last 6 to 10 months or so. I guess my game would be history. Because, like, nobody's made a big Redstone game like that before. Illegal items plugin? Oh. Do I still have the command block? No, it all got deleted a long time ago. I didn't get to keep that stuff for more than maybe 2 weeks at most. Though probably Jared will post it just to troll you from the afterlife. Ah, whatever. If I'm dead and someone posts a secret I was trying to keep secret, I mean, I'm dead. What do you expect? I'm not going to know the difference. Have I leaked my friend's coords as revenge? No. Although I have had people leak my coords, but then those people are no longer my friends from that point. So, like, me joining the server is history. Yeah, I guess. I'm not saying what you were taking to your grave, because then if you said that, I wouldn't be taking it to my grave. How many different things? I don't know. There are a good number of things I would never tell anyone. Like, most of which are 2B2T unrelated. But again, you know, I am like anyone else. I have a number of secrets that I hold. Can I ask my brother for face and after? No. No, that would be very disrespectful. Please do not do that. If I had a command block, I'd TP the whole server to spawn. Swisher, I have some very unfortunate news for you. That would not happen. What was Pyrobite like? I don't know, he was just a really cool dude. He was a bit of a shit poster, a bit of a troll. Obviously knew JavaScript and hacking and programming quite well. He had a really funny sort of dry wit. He was shockingly nice. And he didn't have to be, but he was. And Pyro was just an all-around nice guy, a good guy, good dude. Would 2B2T again. Would friend on the oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft again. Can I go into the nuances of various things that led me to my coords getting leaked? I mean, it would be things like they knew where I was because they were my friend. They were at my base, like Space Valk 2. So they knew where to go. Like, they abused... Oh, fuck. They abused the nature of our friendship. Things got out of hand. And that was the end of it. And, let's just say a lot of lines in the sand were drawn, and a lot of those lines were crossed. The subtle nuances of which I've actually said before, I just don't feel like reliving them at this particular moment. Said I would not care if I was dead? I mean, yeah, but you'd have to bother my family if I die. You'd have to somehow find my brother's Discord and then bother him for a picture of me. Like... that's the rude part. Oh shit, did it kill you? So no, I don't think you'd be able to get such a thing because of how rude that would be to bother my family after my passing. You feel me? Do you understand, Mr. Hamster? Honcho Pamster? Man, it's all yellow, I know. That is the problem with Lightmatica. There isn't a good neutral color that isn't obnoxious to see lots and lots of. No, well, I meant Java, not JavaScript. I'm sorry. I didn't mean... well, I think he knew some JavaScript too, but I mostly meant he knew his way around Minecraft and its code. That's what I should have said. Sorry, Yanni. I wasn't thinking super hard about my wording, but whatever. Who do I think is a person GPT I would trust wholeheartedly? I mean, there are a lot. I would trust Pyro. I would trust Alpha. I would trust Universin and Osmobite. Megington's proved herself pretty cool. I would trust Mike. Who else? Who else is like obviously trustworthy? They've proven themselves. There are a fair number. Why am I left-handed in Minecraft? I just play a left-handed person in Minecraft, that's all. I'm not left-handed in real life, I just play one in Minecraft. No, in all seriousness, it has to do with an old leftover sort of feature that I got used to. It was a leftover thing from 1.8 to the 1.9 update when the offhand was introduced. And where the hands were originally kind of like got in the way. And so it cluttered up my screen in a way that it bothered me. So I swapped the hands to the offhand and it made it better. And then I just got so used to using my left hand, I was like, well, I have to use it now. I ever thought of doing Minecraft mod videos? No, I don't want to do mods. I would play Thaumcraft when it comes out, because Thaumcraft 7's finally been fully announced. But I may or may not do any sort of, like, long let's play style, you know. I may not even play it on stream. Pyro single-handedly cucked Asgard? That was an accident, from what I understand. Also, we had a really fun time with that. Maybe a cool dude, but prone to make it. Well, everyone's prone to making mistakes. I don't hold that against someone. If it's a mistake, it's a mistake. No matter how costly, a mistake is a mistake. Try to not be too upset, I guess. Besides, that shit happened 10 years ago. Who cares at this point? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, fuck. Bad time to re-enable my rendering. Yeah. Man, Lightmatica needs an overhaul in how it chooses to render its blocks. Would I give my coords to Fit to record this place? Maybe. I've never really had any problems with Fit. Fuck! Oh. There's an awful lot of Endermen out today. Oh my god, could you guys please not be in the way? I wish you would get out of my face, Enderman. You could stop getting in the way and let me place my blocks, man. I recently re-listened to that song after years of not hearing it. If you would not teleport in front of me again, I would understand. Do you use a smite sword? Yep. Smite netherite is one of the newer things that we've been able to make use of since 1.19 update. And it's just... It's absolutely mandatory with the number of mobs house is allowed to be in your face at any one time. And the fact that there's just so much that, like, can just go wrong. God. Which person do you know who's the most accomplished in real life? Like being a surgeon or a scientist? Crowbar, funny enough. He would be the most, like, seasoned and well-traveled and stuff. I believe Musk Wizard's been around the block a while, but I don't know too much about him personally. Who else? XCC2. You know, I've often looked up to him because of how much older he is than me. Fit and Alpha are like best friends? Yeah. Spy on them talking like every day. Okay. Yeah, I know Fit and Alpha have talked extensively, but life has gotten in the way for both of them. I wish you weren't here by Incubus. Oh. I don't know. I like Third Eye Blind better. Third Eye Blind was pretty good band. Endermen can't pick up these blocks? No. But they can certainly get in the way. Armorsmith? I really don't know, man. I don't know much about Armorsmith. I just know he's a businessman. That doesn't mean anything to me, of course, but, you know, sure. Fit was going to attend Alpha Computer's wedding. Yeah, supposedly. Hermetic Lock is a Mason in real life. Yeah. But I don't know if that's as much of an accomplishment as all the things Crowbar has tried doing. All I've done is just place a billion blocks in a row. I mean, really. Am I ever open to a face reveal? No. Isn't Armorsmith some big Syrian businessman? I couldn't tell you. I thought he was Israeli, but I don't know. I don't really care. All I know is he's a commie bastard and he has lagged the server a million different times, and he made a cult of some kind that he got people to participate in or whatever. Weird shit, man. Weird shit. Okay, there's the gap. Anyone who is, like, obviously not normal or has had some sort of, like, mental imbalance, I try to, like, steer clear of them. Oh, shit. Fucking button. What are eye trim? Yeah, it's armor trim. It's not anything special. Everybody has the eye armor trim. It's not new. Your skin has purple eyes. Your avatar has blue eyes. Yeah, that's because it was a beta design. The skin is based off of the beta design where the eye color was different. Ultimately, didn't matter. And I've been too lazy to change the skin to make it match. I could probably do it, though. I probably should do it, realistically. But I'm kind of just... whatever. 100,000 subscribers special. Face reveal. No. My eyes are blue IRL. So... what you see is what you get. Do I have a college degree in real life? I have an associate's degree, but that's it. I quit trying to pursue my bachelor's. It was a waste of money. I'm not ever going to do anything with a degree anyway, so what the fuck do I care? Degrees are kind of a scam because they're like aimed at everybody now. And so if everybody has a degree, what's the value in it? It's just one of those things. Will you steer me away from my imbalance? From me and my imbalance? It depends. If your imbalance gets like really out of hand, yeah. But if you're capable of controlling yourself, that's all there is to it. Ooh, fuck you, skeleton. Shot him behind me. So that he could blow up and ruin everything. Goodbye. Some degrees are required, I know. But not for what I'm doing. I ain't got no worries about that. You're more or less required to get a PhD for something like psychology or astrophysics. Yeah, pretty much. I'm good. I don't mind. I don't care. Yeah, it is fancy paper, I agree. Even I have the eye trim and I don't even play. Exactly. How big is the base, Chief? Oh my god. It's going to be over 1 million for the outermost shell. So just building the shell alone will qualify it for Mega Base status. Hey Jack, can you show me your settings of my extra tab mod in future? My names are huge for some reason. Oh, sure. That would be... so columns and scale. Oh yeah, and sorting. Basically, you want your scale to be 1, and you want to upgrade your up your columns. So if I up it to 36 from 28, it's really kind of hard to tell the difference, but that's how it is. I will say, the more columns, the easier it is to read names. So actually, yeah, that is probably a good idea. Whereas if you do scale, and you up the scale, then it becomes that. That's a nightmare to read. And if you do this, it's a tab list for ants, I guess. So you want to keep it about 1, and you want to have your columns up about 30 something. So then you can actually read the names. There's no way that's 600 people, though. Realistically, there's no way that that is a display of all 600. I don't know. All I know about psychology is from writing psychoanalytical literary theory and papers. Ego, superego, that sort of thing. Okay. Not everyone has a degree in life. Of course, if you're all social life, isn't everyone aiming has a degree? Oh, okay. Sure. You have a PhD in psychology. Neat. If you make use of it on a daily basis, yeah, it's probably it was probably worth the investment. But what if you don't? Because like getting a job as a psychologist might not be super easy to do these days. Put this on there. Oh, good. fell onto something I can make use of. Shit. Piss. Let me get up there. Mine doesn't have the scale shit. Oh, yeah, I'm on future beta. That might be why. You may not have the correct, or maybe correct is the wrong phrase, but you may not have the version that is available to me. Sorry. Would I be interested in eating guinea pig? No. Why on earth would I want to eat a guinea pig? There we go. All I know about psychology is that their students are crazy. One of the worst dates of your life. Not gonna lie. Damn. Sorry to hear that. Are there any groups you can join? You just started playing. Honestly, Bobby, you're better off not joining any groups for a very long time. You should probably get like really established and prove yourself by being independent, doing your own thing for a long while, and then you have something to shop around, like you make a really nice space or something. Then you have something to shop around to big groups. If you're really dire to get into a group, that is. America needs cheaper education, exactly. They're literally stealing money from students. Oh, I know. Where I live, the college is really cheap. The country's best college takes $100 a year. Fuck. Well, just how it is. America needs to use meters instead of foots and miles. Sure, whatever. And Joe Biden for president again after Trump. I don't think Joe Biden's going to be alive after Trump. Like, I would be very surprised if Biden is alive within a year or two. Which, I just want to state again, I called this. Called it 3 years ago almost. When the man was first elected, I called it. When he gets out of office, they won't allow him to live much longer. Because whatever medicine they're giving him, they're just going to stop giving him. Because they're evil and cruel. Because they were willing to use a man with cancer to puppet the entire United States. We use meters for bullets. Do I know what happened to Pyrobite? No. I think he said he was going off to college, but that was just kind of stuff I heard through the grapevine. All I know is he wanted to be free of 2B2T. And then he was. And well, the rest is her story. Not his story, you fucking sexist. Oh, shit. No. Jack, why are you sideways? Shut up, Keon, I'm not sideways, you're sideways. You guys are the sideways ones, I keep telling you. I think Dick Van Dyke will make it to 100. Oh my god, he's still alive. Dick Van Dyke is still alive? Well, I wanted to make a really bad joke of his name, but I won't. Yeah, he could easily live to 100 if he's somehow still alive. You are obtuse. Yes, up in the north of Minnesota, the hippie trendy thing was to go study abroad, like in London or Denmark, for the degree, because the tuition was ridiculously cheap and it was a cool experience. Okay. He's got cancer in his bones. He'll be gone in a couple months. That's if they can't keep it at bay just a little bit longer. Like, long enough for it to be a year. But I'm fairly certain that Christmas was Joe Biden's last Christmas. Maybe he'll live to see next Christmas. But, like, come on now. Oh, wait. Throw those there. I'm going to keep these 2 boxes on me. I am kind of alarmed at the rate that I'm going through Blackstone. But, like, you know, it's a lot. Am I married? No. I don't want to be married. Oh, whoops. I've seen too many horror stories, I guess. You realized you were sideways. Finally. Good job, Din. Someone understands. It's okay. The first step toward correcting your problem is by recognizing it as a problem. You're more sideways than the short format streams you tried to do some years ago. Years? It was only a year ago. You trying to tell me that Joe Biden will not be able to play GTA 6? I know. It's a sad, sad thing to think, but it may just end up being the truth. Because fuck knows when GTA 6 is coming out. And, well, cancer to the bone is not exactly a longevity-inducing illness to have. Am I married with Alpha Computer? No. Though Alpha and I do have a strong bromance, I won't lie. Why is it going to use up 175 billion? The Trump Golden Dome thing? I don't actually know what that's about. I haven't looked into it. I don't really care right now because, well, I just don't. I don't really have a reason to not care. I just don't care right at the moment. But, like, yeah, it's apparently a big deal. Oh, son of a bitch. Overshot. Whoa. Realistically, it's probably going to be for a good cause, but I don't know. I haven't looked into it. There are too many other things right now that I'm worried about or I'm concerned with, and at a certain point, politics has to take a back seat, you know? Back seat on my list of concerns. All reverted or unloaded. The 32Ks? Yeah, no, they're long gone. 32Ks didn't make it out of 112. Like I told Dr. Donut, all the fun things are patched. Just get used to it. I know Obama was no-scoping kids in COD in his free time. That's funny. That's an interesting image to have. I don't know how true it necessarily is, but like, yeah, if he was occasionally blowing down in COD, that's respectful. I know Osama bin Laden was playing Counter-Strike, which is like cosmic irony levels of bizarre, but also really fucking funny. It's a missile defense system like Israel's Iron Dome. Okay. Well, that's neat. Whatever. I'm not one to weigh in on matters of military. When it comes to this or that military thing will be better than this other thing. Like, I'm a civilian for a reason. I don't really care about the military, if I'm being honest. What's wrong with the current one? I have no idea. It may just be that, it doesn't feel presidential enough. He had to practice for his drone strikes. I'm pretty sure drones don't operate in the same way as shooting people in COD. Trump hotelify it? Yeah. What would happen if Dr. Donut buys 2BTD just to shut it down forever and have more people on his SMP? Well, that would be hell on earth. I don't honestly know what I would do then. Obama said he's very good at video games. Obama and Osama probably 1v1'd in CSGO. I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure that didn't happen, but okay. I'll just sort of nod. Nod and smile. Hello, Nightmare. Welcome. Counter-Strike was basically a VR game? Really? I don't know. What year did I join? Back in 2012. I joined, and then a lot of things happened. People use Steam Decks to drive drones. Damn. That sounds an awful lot like using a what was it? A PlayStation Pro controller to drive the Titan sub or whatever. Like, okay. I should invite him. He's the leader of the fifth column. El Chapo is... Fuck you. No, he's not. He's not playing 2B from a cell. Fuck off. Pretty sure El Chapo is not, like, able... He's El Chapo's the leader of the fifth column. Come on now. I don't think he died. I'm pretty sure they got him back in, like, 2017-ish. What would I do if someone recognizes my voice offline and came up to talk to me? I don't know. I'd have a conversation with them, I guess. Not much I could do, realistically. How was the community of the server back then when I joined? How did they treat me? In general, everybody was down each other's throats all the time. There were very few alliances. There were no big groups. Not yet, anyway. It was all very, like, a big game of chess. Everybody was against everybody else. There were clear older people and older players who had a hierarchy on the server. There were a lot of people who knew how to make use of, hacking Minecraft, so they could fuck with you in ways you weren't fully aware of, because we were not super aware of how exploity Minecraft was. We didn't know how vulnerable a lot of the things were. At a certain point, you know, it was as chaotic as it is today. Maybe slightly different. But I don't know. If you went back to the heyday in 2011, 2012, you would probably see a lot of similarities. The way I was the main character of the Pitfall video, that's entirely because I told Pitfall so much stuff that he had no choice but to include it in the video, because I've been around the longest, apart from XCC2. And there just wasn't any better source that he could get his hands on to learn from. I'm going to use baritone now. Maybe it'll fucking finish. Oh no, now it's going up. Okay. I gotta stop this. Okay. Now maybe it will not, like, build it all wonky. Osama username in Counter-Strike was Osama bin Laden. Okay. Maybe you are El Chapo. That's why we'll never see your face. Oh yeah, I'm in a prison cell with a high-quality mic and a pretty damn good computer, because that's what happens when you go into prison. You get stuff. What did you in 2020 when I left? I founded my own server for a while. Kind of got bored of that. Tried to cut my teeth with content creation. It was okay. Wasn't super great at it. Still not super great at it. And yeah, I was just sort of trying to fill the void. That 2B2T shaped void in my heart. Oh, hey, you're Wraith MC, Vrexlo. Or Vexerlo, however you say it. Why am I upside down? I'm not. I'm not anything. You are the person who is askew. It is your perspective that shall need changing. What am I building? My base. What 2BTT player would I not want to see? I guess it'd have to be Pop Bob. That would... Unless Pop Bob's changed. I don't actually know if Pop Bob's changed or not. IRL. But, I don't know. Whatever. Did you first join with or without hacks? Funny enough, without hacks. I didn't know what a hack client was before I joined here. So, there was no way for me to do anything with that. And funny enough, I didn't learn about hack clients from 2B2T. I learned about hack clients through a completely different server. And then learned to use them on 2B2T from that server. Never be able to see all of Pop Bob. Maybe. Legend has it he is... When he sits around the room, he sits around the room. Jack is playing single player right now? Not really. There are other people here. There are other people here, I just haven't wrangled them online. What's it gonna look like, Bobby? Well, you see this side over here? Imagine that also over here. And that's what it's gonna look like. I just made the base, and then I chopped it in half, and made a schematic of one half, and then I'm just mirroring the schematic to the right there, or to the left there, and there you go. So yeah, that's how the base is going to look. It's going to be nice. And then the inside is going to be filled with liminal spaces and other really interesting, wild stuff. Was 2011 Spawn harder than 2013? Yeah, I would say so. 2011 Spawn was inescapable at certain points in time. I've mentioned this before, but there was it was spawn protection. And spawn protection would prevent you from placing any blocks within 100 blocks of the spawn point. And so people would use water and lava because those mechanics would still work. And they would create lava casts where players would spawn in. And so you just die. He only changed her genre. You would love her if you saw her IRL. No. What if Pop Bob is a pastor in real life? What if? So what? That wouldn't excuse anything Pop Bob did in the past. And here's proof that I'm on 2B, by the way. I don't often, post said proof, but maybe I should. Okay, well, hopefully I can get this big wall for the rest of stream. See, if you ever decide to post the chords, you gotta let me know so I can come and see it in person. I'll probably release a doctored world download first. Hard to say. Currently traveling to your future homeland, so I have a lot of time to watch. Ah, okay. Well, watch responsibly if you're driving. El said loco. Don't get into a wreck or anything. But yeah, good job, good luck. Hope your homeland is nice. I don't know what that is, or rather what homeland you're referring to. Wasn't Chris Layton the one who did that a lot? I mean, Chris Layton also did... I don't know, Chris Layton moved on, though. Using the phone while driving warning. Ooh. I see if you ever decide to post... Already read that, damn it. Do you know about a Jack viewer who has died? No, I don't, actually. I don't think anyone has died. If anyone has died who is a viewer of me, I would have no way to know right away. Family of that person would have to tell us. Chris Layton told me his address. Okay. Who's on the toilet right now? What do you mean? I don't know how to work world downloads. You don't know how to put a single player save into a saves folder to transfer a save from one person to another? Really, really easy, man. You just put an unzipped world file into into your saves folder. Like, there are a million videos on how to do it. You just go look up how to do it, and there you go. What have you done if you'd never found out about Minecraft? I have no clue, man. There's no way to know the answer to that question. I couldn't tell you. And I don't want to think about it because I love Minecraft way too much. Like, it is my perfect game. Thunder hack is not working. Thunder hack hasn't worked in years. Like, over a decade. If anyone who has watched me has died, let me know on Discord. No, a family member of that person would let me know. But that's if they would even know that they watched me to then let us know. So it's all kind of just a big what if. Are you professional level at good roller skating? I wouldn't say so. I just rollerblade for fun. Roblox stream? I don't know that I would be into Roblox. But then again, I don't know that I wouldn't be. Really hard to say, honestly. You died, S-Man? What do you mean you died? Like, you died in the Matrix? Does that mean you die in real life? Or you died as in you're shitposting that you are dead? Because I'm fairly sure if you're dying or are dead, you wouldn't be saying it. Would you ever do a React stream reacting to 2B2T videos? I've done that before, but I'm not like super into React content. I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. Totaract must pay. What about Totaract? Hello, Bermani. Is Meteor's printer working on 2B? It should. The player block placement limit has been recently uncucked. Whoa. There we go. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to remove that chunk. Oh well, easily fixed. We tried that, it wasn't great. Watching from the afterlife. Wow. You get internet in the afterlife? That's pretty cool. I almost want to join the afterlife just to see what it's like. No, I'm kidding. I don't actually want to do that. Electro control is patched. I mean, there are a bunch of things that are patched, but like... Can you somehow engrave my name into your speech? What do you mean? Engrave your name into your... What does that mean? I'm gonna sleep. Okay, you're hardworking and I hope you find success. Well, thank you, Cardi Kane. Or Cardi K. I almost read your name as Cardi Kanye for some fucking reason. But yes, good night, go to sleep, enjoy, have a nice rest. Take care. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. I would hear my mom saying, "Oh, Jack, he was your greatest viewer," and I would revive just to see my face. I mean, that would be nice, I guess. Sure. Alright, I guess you are my little pog champ. That's so fucking stupid. Why did I say that? Earn the respect and recognition you deserve from the whole Minecraft community, not just 2B. That would be nice, but I'm not holding my breath. I don't know, a lot of people already recognize my name and stuff, so maybe I've already gotten that. and it just doesn't take the form that you would think it would. So, who knows? Whatever. Oh, shit. Ah, ghost blocks. Hate them. Harblax is Housemaster? I don't think so. Pretty sure Harblax was just like a hacker who joined and happened to be from the same country. But it's really hard to know for sure, because I never really knew Harblax all that well. Am I getting ping? Yes, I'm getting ping troubles. No wonder. Jack's time is midnight. Ooh, you tattletale, you. You think GBTD would have been better placed under the original Swedish Housemaster? It's really not that much different. Like, as someone who was around way back then, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'll leave you to figure out what that nugget of wisdom actually means. I'll never forget when we updated to 119 and everybody bugged the fuck out because Housemaster messed with their items. I couldn't help but laugh my ass off because you got a taste of what Housemaster is capable of. And everybody got upset. But, like, that's how it was. House could absolutely world edit your base away if you were stupid enough to be in the spot where he was world editing something. He could absolutely destroy your stash if you were unlucky enough to have said stash be lagging the server. Just ask Sculler G and G-Smack. They found that out the hard way. Okay, those are all empty. Bam, bam, bam. Oops. So yeah, moral of the story is Housemaster is a cruel taskmaster, and he can, he can giveth and he can taketh away. Clipped in 4K, okay. Who created and then who distributed and circulated the enchanted glass? I want to say that was from Pyro and Tristan's plugin. It was at Imp's Town, is the thing, or Imp's base, North Korea. So I assume that those people had something to do with its creation, or at least knew about it. Exactly what went down with the enchanted glass, I don't know that I've heard the most complete story about it. I may have to ask Jared. I don't know. All I know is when we went there and raided it at the end of 2015, the glass was sitting there in the chest Jared had plundered. And I was like, that's a neat item. I'll take that. And then they got distributed around, and then 2 years later, the plugins wiped it all out. And no more fun was had by all. Because Housemaster hates fun. I played with Sculler G yesterday. He has improved in Crystal PvP. Okay. That's neat. Why don't I just spread the stash out so it won't lag the server? Because people are greedy and short-sighted. Also, it was a dupe at that time, and so everybody had dupe fever. So planning and forethought, when everybody has dupe fever, things like planning and forethought tend to stop existing. Shall we say. Do I believe Housemaster changed people, or it was just a joke? He definitely changed for a while. There were definitely different people in charge of Housemaster. But I would definitely be... It would be hard to convince me that he has nothing to do with the server any longer. Because again, the server prints money. If your server that you had a friend involved with running started printing money overnight, And we're talking thousands and thousands of thousands of dollars a week, a month, a year. You know, tens of thousands a month, you know, and just absurd amounts of money. If that happens, yeah, you're definitely getting back involved. Are you kidding me? Like, of course you would. Hey, Elmo, welcome. It's been a hot second. You are indeed late. You missed most of the stream. My glorious housemaster would never do such a thing. I can't stand this blasphemy. Well, unfortunately for you, it is not blasphemy. It is the hard truth. Housemaster's interventions have come in all shapes, sizes, and colors and conditions. I mean, just ask the people who've been muted. That's a housemaster intervention. Even if it's not House himself muting people, it's still a result of his policies. I'm just saying. Everyone has felt the long, hard dick of the law in one way or another. It is but a matter of time before you too, those of you who have just joined, meet with the same fate. Does Jared still play? Yeah, he's on Old Lady North. I don't know about right this minute, but he was on there earlier. Oh, holy shit, 2,000 ping. Fuck. Okay. Please, server, please stop lagging. House finally refunded you your prio. Okay. So what, I mean, the lag is still here, obviously. What the fuck? Hey, are these blocks under my feet real? What is happening? Oh, is it lagging me or... Yes, I'm lagging. Fuck, I'm the one lagging. Oh no. Well, that's not good. My bitrate just got chopped over in half. My bitrate just got chopped by 70%. Fuck, no wonder I am lagging. Okay. It's seemingly improving, but I don't know. It may not improve going forward. Man, we were just about to hit the 2-hour mark. Yeah, it's definitely me, not the server. I'm sorry. Yes, Old Lady North was Jared. Sorry if that surprised you or if that was a shock or whatever. Now you know. And it doesn't seem like... Ah, there we go. It's evened out. Okay. Are we back down to a regular amount? 400, 400 ping, 300, 200? Yeah, there we go. It's stabilizing. Okay. I don't know what happened with my connection there, but my connection just bottomed out terribly. Now it's good. YouTube, it's not YouTube, it's very much my internet, my ISP. They're still like occasionally doing stuff. I don't know what. I don't know what the deal is. It's all good. Kick Dr. Donut's ass? What do you mean? Haven't talked to Dr. Donut since then. So Old Lady North literally cosplayed as a girl to grief Sky Masons? No, Old Lady North was actually Old Lady North. Like, Old Lady North was legitimately a person. She's turned her account over to Jared. For what reason, I don't know. I don't really care either. But no, there was no cosplaying involved. Well, technically there was deceit, but, you know, that's just the standard 2B2T subterfuge. Not really anything to write home about. Whoa, what the fuck? Dr. Donut sent Jack on 2B2T sucks? What? Is Dr. Donut online on the server or somewhere else? What are you talking about? Dr. Coconut. Man, I could really use a good donut. That's weird. Why we play on that account? Probably because it's easier to get into. But I don't know. He has his reasons. Hey Jack, I know why you don't have a girlfriend. It's because she will sell your coordinates. No, I don't want a girlfriend because women are a lot of trouble and a lot of maintenance, and I don't feel like dealing with that. No offense, I'm just saying, but like any woman knows, being in a relationship inherently comes with having to give up, you know, other things. And I just don't want to do that. Okay. Owie. Lol, for real. I know. Okay. Highly doubt Dr. Donut said that. Yeah, I don't think Dr. Donut cares either. Like, it was nice meeting him and talking to him that one time, but like, we haven't talked since, and I don't think we are gonna talk ever again because we have nothing to do with each other. Is Jared Pryo banned? I don't think the account is, but I don't know for sure. I'd have to talk to Jared to like straighten out the details and know what exactly is happening. But it's not really occurred to me to talk to him because predominantly it's just not that big of a deal. I'm not like concerned with finding out. Oh my god, I just need to know what Jared 2013's up to at all points in the day. Like, I just don't care. Then I want a boyfriend. How do you go from women are too much trouble, I don't feel like giving up my me time, to no, I'd actually like to have a boyfriend? Like, how do you make that leap? I genuinely am curious. What about me strikes you as gay? Like, how do you infer that, Poncho? Should I put an NVIDIA graphics card in your 10-year-old computer? I guess you try. I doubt it would work, but have at it. Jack says he doesn't want a girlfriend, therefore he must want a boyfriend. Like, no. I don't want to eat any ice cream right now. I'm full. I just had dinner. You know, I can't imagine eating any food at the moment. Oh, so you hate ice cream then, huh? Like, what the fuck? That is a very large leap to make. Come on, Jack, join the club. No, I'm good, thanks. What was the last dupe that you could dupe anything with? Oh, it had to have been in 112 sometime. I mean, technically there was a dupe within the first week of 1.19, but that shit got patched very quickly. And all the changes from 119, or rather, some very big changes from 119 got rolled back. And so all that progress was lost. And so that dupe never got to see the light of day. Oh well. GTT's player base is just Jared's alt accounts playing with each other. Any man worth having would be just as much of a pain in the ass as a woman. Ouch. Also accurate. If you're complaining about girls, then you must like the other thing that is not a girl, which is a male. I never said that. I can still be attracted to girls and still have the ability to critique and be like, I don't like this thing. I don't like that thing. Like, I love my car. But there are plenty of problems said car has. And that I don't like. I wish were different. And they're manufacturer type of problems, you know, the way the car was just made. And so there's realistically no altering it. Not without, you know, remaking the car basically from scratch. And like, I'm not fucking doing that. But you could absolutely find fault in something or someone and still love them. Or still like them, or still be attracted to. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying, man, women are a lot of trouble. And still being attracted to women. The two things are not mutually exclusive. You can absolutely understand that a problem is a problem, regardless of the who, how, what, why, when, or where. Speaking on that, is Pop-Up actually trans? Yeah, probably. From what I understand. But yeah, like, you get what I'm saying with the whole Lamau. You don't like it? You must hate it. You must like the other thing. Like, do you realize how silly that makes you sound? Like, to just swing from one extreme to the next, like... It reminds me of that one Family Guy bit where Brian and I believe it was Stewie were doing Pictionary. And Stewie just kept yelling, "It's a jackal! It's a jackal! It's a jackal! Is it a jackal? It's a jackal! It's a jackal! It must be a jackal." Like... Or no, it wasn't Stewie, it was Brian who was yelling that, my bad. And all they could just simply do was just stare and go, if it wasn't right the first time, why would it be right the next 20 times? Like, that's what that feels like. How's the TBTT economy been inflated? I don't think it's that bad, but it's still kind of bad. I don't know that it matters too much either. This is kind of a problem that will just, as long as we don't get a dupe for the foreseeable future, it's a problem that'll sort itself out. Jack, what's your mouse? I don't know, it's just a little Logitech mouse. It's nothing special. I actually really like this mouse. I've grown very attached to it. Is a Chinese hacker and is his sister? What? Could you speak English? The fuck? Is a Chinese hacker and Lamau is his sister. Who loves woman versus who loves his PC? Okay. Oh yeah, there was the Trident dupe, but that was only Tridents. Hello, Flecker. Hope to meet you soon. This isn't a threat. Okay, I see what you mean. Papa being probably 30 and just turning trans low-key insane. I don't know how my take on it. My take on it is the same take that everybody else has on the trans stuff. It's very much out of hand. It's kind of getting silly. There are a lot of subtleties and nuances to it, and a lot of people don't want to hear it. And so I'm just not going to say very much more on it, other than a lot of people are going to feel very stupid in a few years. And, yeah, there's not much else that can be done about it, really. Whoa, what on earth is with your name? Huh. Oh yeah, shit, it's Pride Month almost. Fuck. Think we'll see any Pride Month stuff this year? Or is Pride Month dead and buried? It's gonna be interesting to see. I think the cultural zeitgeist has kind of moved. The needle is in a different place now. How long will the base take? I don't know, man. A long time. As long as I am able to build, I am able to make the base. I don't know what else to say. Thought 2PG's economy is going through a recession due to no dupes, unless Kinograd's secret lost megastash is discovered. I think that would be discovered by now if it was a real thing. But also, like, the inflation of the economy is a bad thing. You want items to mean something. You want them to be of value. You want to have people put in effort to get stuff. You don't want shit just existing in copious amounts. Like, the game feels better when you have to work for your stuff. Admittedly, some blocks should be easier to get than others. I agree. But that's, like, not impossible. Okay, so this broad wall goes all the way over there. Jeez, this wall is annoyingly complicated. What is your name? Huh. What do I even call you, dude? Yeah, that is way too hard to, like, comprehend. Whatever. What if 2PT Farlands was actually real this whole time? Would Fit actually pay the 2,000, or would he not even care to look at it? I think he would definitely want to make a video on it. So he'd probably have to pay the bounty. Everything good? Yeah, everything's more or less good, Tree Lane. Shit. Oh, Yeah, Oh my god, there's a lot left to do. Call him Pinwheel? I may have to. What is your method on getting gunpowder, as there's no dupes or anything? You make a creeper farm. Like, that's about the only way you're getting lots of gunpowder. To be fair, the mob spawn rates are absurd now, so you could reasonably get good enough spawn rates to justify the farm. And also be able to get your rockets, your fix for rockets. I assume you want rockets for, like, base hunting and stuff. Oh boy, okay. Oh, well, I knew that would happen. Damn it. Too many mobs. One downside to having a smite sword instead of a sharpness sword, you don't do nearly enough damage. You can't kill creepers in 2 shots. Didn't Fit already pay thousands of dollars to players for quartz to base? I don't know for sure. I don't know if it's thousands of dollars, but I have no idea what Fit's done behind the scenes and stuff. I'm not sure because he doesn't advertise what he does behind the scenes, you know? Yeah, oh my at the mobs, I know, right? GPT players can spend 12 hours in a single session base hunting, but struggle to spend 2 hours to resupply. I know, right? To be fair, you have to do a lot of work to try and resupply. So it's not even like you just resupply forehead. Like, no, actually, it's not that straightforward. And you have to AFK. Whereas if you're base hunting, you're at least doing something. But then to resupply, you basically have to make a base. So it is something of a catch-22. But it is funny how the base hunters are very averse to making a thing. Which is weird because, like, it used to be that everyone was desperate to make a base and to make a little tiny rest stop for themselves. Like some sort of a monument to their own actions on the server, I guess is a way to put it. It's just one of those things where, like, the attitudes have so changed over the years. It's really, really bizarre. Farms definitely work. I've got 1,000 gunpowder just today. Yeah. It's worth it, but it still takes a lot of time, and not everybody knows how to do it, and not everybody is willing to put up with it. Base hunting is like gambling, and resupplying would be like working a job and earning money to use on gambling. Exactly. That is such a great idea, or a great comparison, rather. Jack, no offense, but you don't know Jack? About what? What's the subject? I don't know. What the hell? What's hitting me? But yeah, that does kind of smack of, oh, well, I could get a job and earn money to go gambling, but it'd be easier to just bum money off of others. We literally build nonstop. Yeah. But there are people who don't do that. Or you mean base hunters build nonstop? I guess I'll start throwing boxes in there. Oh, base hunters. I see. Like that short you made about the 2HT star? Okay. Hello, Seventius. A player builds a house, the base hunter finds a house, the base finder runs out of supplies, the players make the supplies. Okay. No, I'm just gonna use... Well, that giant wall is... It's getting there. I'm going to try to finish it off. 2, 3. Those in reserve. Wow. At least my base hunter friends do. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really bother looking at how base hunters, conduct activity. It's boring. I would rather build or do something, Gotta have something to show for my efforts. Otherwise, I feel like I've just wasted my time. Looks sick. Thank you, Macaroni. I can probably just use the Lightmatica command to finish this. Okay. So on this wall, I've got this little parapet observation area. I don't know what to call it. Observation balcony, I guess. And then I just need to continue this all the way over to here. And then I can start filling all that in. Good grief. I've always underestimated just how much it is to fill all this in. There's so much here to fill in, like holy shit. Uh-oh. Why are you breaking blocks? Uh-oh. Oh shit, that's right. Okay, so it doesn't know because the schematic is wrong. It's like a block too short here. So it doesn't know that all this is meant to be slab, so I've got to knock it up a block. Ugh. Build, ignore, existing, true. Oh, so it was already set to true. Shit. Which means it's not going to respect that. You're here in spirit. Okay, welcome, Alcanon. How are we doing this late night stream? That's pretty good. Not really a whole lot going on. Just sort of shooting the breeze, building the trees. Fuck! Getting blown to bees. Getting blown onto my knees. I don't know, I'll think of a good rhyme. This one. There we go. Oh, I didn't build this. Shit. Should've. Okay. There's one little cubby finished. Oh, God. Okay, so I built that cubby. It's so weird to see that it connects over there. Like, I built on that other half for so long, it feels weird for things to be, like, reversed. Oh, shit. Lag. Alright, off goes... What the fuck? Who's hitting me? God damn it, son of a bitch. Stop. Lightmatica. Stop. There we go. Get my commands oriented right. I love the use of the up arrows for commands, but God, it can be a pain sometimes. Bonk. It's a long way down, sir. Finally, that obnoxious fucker fell. I hate skeletons so damn much. Truly immaculate content? No, not really. 10% of your base is more blocks than your 2-year-old base. Ooh. Schematics are messy when it concerns slabs. Well, I didn't build it tall enough in the spot that I should have. So it's breaking these, thinking that this shouldn't be here. Which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Oh, you piece of shit. Why are you leaving gaps? Quit being retarded. Wait. This isn't actually a gap, is it? No. I can never tell if I've accidentally built the thing I shouldn't have. We can't beat Jack, Poncho. It's over. Were you trying? You were trying to beat me? When? In what way? Imagine the creeper makes a water drop. You see him going up with an elytra and a mace. What the fuck? If I see a creeper doing that, I am phoning the police. Because that's a creeper I don't want to be on the bad side of. I'd need, like, civil protection or some shit. Quitting the game at that point? Yeah, I know, right? Is my real name Jack? No, actually. My real name has nothing to do with the name Jack at all. But I like the name Jack too much. Well, last time I saw a Guardian or Elder Guardian? Oh, not too long ago. A few months. Since we were last at Ocean's Anomalous, I guess. Maybe when I was last flying around to search up a good base location. Oh, shit. Okay, it's supposed to be like this. All right. It's getting there, it's getting there. Alright. Jack, like a black hole. Jack didn't even know he tried to beat him in the base. Oh, yeah. I guess not. Well, you never said anything. You wonder if the housemasters have ever spectated people? I know for a fact they have. Now, I don't know that they care. I genuinely don't think there are any things that a player could do that would legitimately impress a housemaster. I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe the newest housemasters' attitudes on building are different. Did you streams like that just searching for good base locations? I've already found one. I don't need to search again. Also, I didn't want to. I didn't want to advertise that. Can you not say shit? My 21-year-old baby is watching stream. Okay, you're right. I'm so sorry. Shit. Should have made a better choice. God, what was I thinking? Oh wait, you're fucking 21, aren't you? I forgot. When they were Dr. Donut kicked him out of the server with his prio ran out in stream. Yeah, we thought that was a strategic nuke of some kind. Very glad that didn't actually end up being true. Do you have criteria for new spawn base locations? Just find a good patch of 1.12 nether. That's like a large swath of 1.12 nether reasonably far out. And just don't let anyone know that you live there. Make sure no traces are left, etc., etc. And you should reasonably be able to keep the base for a while. Now make sure there are no 1.12 chunks in the overworld as well. That fucking killed my previous base. 1.12 chunk trails are a favorite of all new base hunters. They love to go down them old-ass trails that a million other people have been down, thinking they'll be the rich ones. They'll get lucky. They'll find this. They'll do that. And it's often not the case, but they will certainly find your base if you happen to live along one. I can guarantee you it is a matter of time. I'm just memeing, and honestly, I don't see pulling off a base like you do. I'm amazed dedication you put into bases. Well, thank you, man. I am nothing if not dedicated. Newest housemaster, would you elaborate on the history? Well, we know that there have been multiple people who've shared the moniker and the access to the account. I know for a fact that has happened. More than one person's been housemaster. But who is currently housemaster, who all is involved with the server, who runs it, that's all very secretive. There are bits and pieces of a trail, but to what degree, we don't know. I don't know. Yeah, he has a team of helpers, plugin developers, etc. Yeah. Been watching since you were 17. Jesus Christ. You're kind of making me feel old, even though that was only 4 years ago. It's really not that long, but damn. You were a minor, now you're not. In fact, now you're legally able to drink. You're able to do pretty much everything society would ask of you / give you, you know? Oh, fuck. What is... Oh, I'm loading that back end. No wonder. I was like, why is my frame rate dipping so badly? Housemaster stuff is real strange. Yeah, there are a lot of details to it we just are not privy to. There's some sleuthing and other bits of circumstantial evidence we can kind of like throw at the problem. But realistically, I don't know that we'll ever truly know who all is housemaster. Or was, as the case may be. There may be some people formerly involved who are no longer involved. But I really couldn't tell you. You watched me since you were 16. Jeez. 2042 was 12 years ago. Dude. 2042? I don't want to know what'll happen. Like, maybe everything will be fine, but, like, part of me just doesn't want to know what the future brings. It's great to kill time while a player walks through the nether. Okay. How much does George Bush 420 and that grief base fit in? That's a good question. We know there are people who've, again, had access to Housemaster and the server and so on. And it's not too shocking they've wanted to play. From what we understand, the server, you know, the Hitlerville, George Bush 420, all that stuff was more or less self-contained. Apart from us finding it, griefing it, etc., not a whole lot of, like, player intervention has been had on that front. At least to my knowledge. Could be wrong. There could be a lot of things we don't know about. I wouldn't be shocked if there are details we just don't know. Fuck, why did it drop my totem? But that, for now, whatever players have been involved with Housemaster, they don't seem to be active. Or they've gotten new accounts. Who's really to say? All I know is I wouldn't put it against or put it past them to want to play. I wouldn't hold it against them. I get it. I want to play too. If I were Housemaster or if I had access to the server and ran the server or whatever, I would probably just play in survival like I'm doing now. I might even go as far as to stream it and advertise it. But, like, realistically, it's a company that runs the thing. And what exactly their plans are is anyone's guess. Obviously, they want to keep the place running. They want it to... It prints money for them. Like, they want to keep it smooth, for the most part. And that's it. Camping Russia's to I Tristan and the CIA? I doubt that very much. That's extraordinarily, like, tinfoil hat-ish. Shouldn't we be closer to 2015? What do you mean? Hitlerville? Yeah, that was the name of Housemaster's base. We are closer to 2030 than 2015. Yeah, we are. 2015 was 10 years ago. 2030 is in 5 years. So yeah, he's correct. And if it was 2042, then yes, we would still be closer to 2030 than 2015. Spirit Journey Part 2? That was last year. But, like, if I do the Spirit Journey again, that would be Part 3, first of all. But, like, not enough time will have passed. Nothing will really have changed other than Ocean's Anomalous' grief, but it's not really special. I bet Pop Bob or some of the older guys know who he is IRL. It wouldn't surprise me. They are very sleuthy themselves. Very, yeah. Sal C1 did a video on exactly what you think, so you don't want to see that. Okay. Oh, wow. 42 people now. Huh. And I say that and it dips to 38. Whatever. Brad Pittville was the alternative name. Yeah, good point. That was the Fit code name, however. Brad Pittville. Well, those guys were not just sleuthy, but they had rooted 2B2T at full admin. Yeah, exactly. Like, they are the hackery kind who get into people's stuff and know their secrets and the like. Out of all the players who joined 2B, who do you think would be the most qualified to be a Housemaster? Qualified would sadly also include technical stuff, so like people who actually know how to play the server as well as run a server, and that is a very small minority of people. Unfortunately, the nerds would be in the running. I would like to not think that they would not be good house masters. But they could run the server. They would know. Me personally, I would find out how to run the server. I would learn everything from the ground up. I would know every inch of the server, all of its runnings, its workings, how everything is structured. I would want to know everything about the place. But like, I know next to nothing about how networking and all that works, so I would have a long road ahead of me. But I would still do it. I would if I were in charge, I would absolutely do it. I would learn everything I would need to. I wouldn't worry about how the original housemaster's doing. I'm sure he's doing just fine. Let's just say that he woke up on that island with a blanket made of $1 million like he wanted. So it would be a doomsday scenario? I think so, yes. I had the technical skill to run it, but almost anyone who does would run away from screaming everything. Yeah, well, I wouldn't. I would intentionally embrace it and try to make it good. Stressed about the fan server, you're gonna die if you get too beat. But I didn't want to know how the fan server ran, because Andrew, monitored and mediated all that for me. And it was really a lot of Andrew's paranoia and Andrew's stress that splashed off onto me. But running 2B would be a completely different ballgame. Like, it would have a completely different feel to it, I guess is the right way to put it. Like, oh, fuck shit. Anyway, a completely different, like, set of responsibilities and everything. Like, that would be a different matter. I would embrace that, and I would run it to the best of my ability. I can teach you, I guess. It's not that advanced. I didn't think it would be, but, like, there are still a lot of things I would have to learn. Even if it's not advanced, it would still be a lot I would have to learn. And I'm okay with that. You, Andrew? I mean, he wasn't that bad. I just didn't like how demanding and needy he got. Not me, Andrew, other Andrew. Yeah, it's a different Andrew. Andrew MC 2012. Different guy entirely. He ran the fan server back in the day. Oh my god, back in the day is almost 4 years ago now. Nerds running 2 would be a doomsday scenario, yes. Jacktherippa Housemaster 2025. Well, hey, if they're ever voted in, or if they have anything to do with how the server structures run, sure. Okay. Almost done with this fucking wall. You didn't know how Foley and TPS work? Well, 2BTT election comeback? I honestly haven't thought about the election stuff since 2023. Like, there was a whole ass time last year I just didn't care about. Fuck. Enough. Fuck off, creepers. Enough. Seriously. No more creepers. Task can teach you. I bet Task would be a terrible teacher. Like, I unironically would not want Task to teach me anything. He would be capable of teaching, but he would be bad at teaching. List for my thoughts. You're going to need some basic networking, concept of how CDN works for proxies. Some Linux skills to make the actual server run. Yeah. I could learn all that. It would take time, but I'd do it. But I don't have a reason to learn it right now. So I'm not gonna. So I transition... What? But yeah, they'd be a corrupt housemaster. You're correct. What's my rarest map art? I don't know. He's only a bad teacher if you're a bad student. Not necessarily. In the 2023 election, I was in the voice chat with Halt. Oh yeah, you were. Scared to talk, but she was arguing with others like always. Yeah. Yeah, that's Halt account, alright. She's a feisty one. I'll never forget how I was on Constantium back when I was still, you know, playing Constantium. And I was building on my base, and she popped on one morning. And I was just like, oh, hey, Halt account, how are you doing? How are you doing? And we just got to talking, nothing special, nothing crazy. And I just said K. You know, the letter K. Like, oh, okay, K. Which I do that. It's nothing special. And she went off on me for it. Because saying K was like agitating her something or another. Like she was an English major. It like was agitating her because I didn't say okay or I didn't say a full sentence or whatever. My grammar started triggering the fuck out of her from that moment on. And I just couldn't understand what her problem was. And then it sort of like stopped being a problem. But like I could never wrap my head around what it was that had happened. Everybody flexes about being that presidential Discord when it was public. Yeah. Book from Halt on Constantium. Rarely found a highway. Oh, okay. Cool. What an insane story. I guess I just kind of chalk it up to she was, you know, feeling things, if you know what I mean. And that was just how she was. What time is it? It's 12:49 a.m. For me. For you? Hi, Archmedio. Or Archmedow. I don't know how to say your name, but yeah. Hello. I saw your whisper. Caught up on women lore, yeah. Yeah. 3:49 p.m. Wow. You must be digging these late night streams then, if it's in the middle of the afternoon for you. 2 a.m. for you, Spencer. I'm sorry. You're streaming tomorrow. Yes, it'll be Freeform Friday. I'm loving Necrophosis, and we're going to wrap Necrophosis up next week. Or this week. And I'm going to do Pools next week. Pools is that psychological horror walking simulator. I love those, by the way. You can tell I love them. And that's like where you're in these... Well, I don't know. You'll have to see it. It's weird. 10:50 for Canada West Coast. Yeah. You're like 4 hours behind me. Oh, actually, only 2, but still. Far enough behind that it is significant. 6:50 a.m. Jeez. You must be like early Europe. Jared kept griefing servers using Old Lady North's account. Aha. So is that why he's doing that? Or using that account or whatever? Walk 5,000 blocks watching this. Okay, cool. 2350. Yes, it is indeed 2350. That'll be 2350. Please drive around, sir. Oh. Okay, I'm almost at the limit. I just need to do this outcropping. Probably won't do all of this yet until I build up this back half. And we'll see. I wouldn't steal Jared's girlfriend. That's mean. He and she are no longer girlfriend and boyfriend, from what I understand. So no, you wouldn't be stealing Jared's girlfriend. Because I don't think they want anything to do with each other anymore. Is this mostly netherite for anti-griefing? Netherite? You think this is netherite? It's blackstone. This is not netherite. I don't have enough netherite to be able to like do this on it. Yeah. Sorry, Obby, it's 2 a.m. You mean Blackstone. Thanks for the info. Back in 15. Okay. Probably won't be live in 15 because we're about done. Sorry. I promised we would get done with this wall, and we are almost done with this wall. I need to pin that there. Okay. Then I'm going to outline the steps just a bit. As I said, I'm terrible at building. Hey, it's all right. I'm not going to hold it against you or anything. I just found that funny that you mistook Blackstone for netherite. I wouldn't even build with solid netherite because there's no stair variant. If there was a stair slab variant, it might be worth it, but then I don't know how you get that much netherite. Not as much as I have here. An equivalent amount of netherite to the amount of blackstone that I have. Okay. That's that. Splash. Sploosh. Wow. Took a lot of blackstone just to get this part far. And I still wasn't able to get the this floor finished. Maybe we'll get there. We need to summon Herobrine at 0000. 6 minutes, 3 a.m. for accuracy to the lore. Okay. Tomorrow will be 23/5/25. This date only happens once every... Wow. Sure. We could do an entire 90-second stream where Jack mocks my base because it's about as much of as there is of it. Oh, god damn it. What the fuck? God damn you zombies. Scared the hell out of me. Oh well, that's why I carry backup totems. Jack got found live. Crystal, no, it was just zombies beating me up. Spawn stream, no, it was just zombies beating me up. It wasn't anything special. I was just not paying attention. Which is why I have a totem and an offhand totem. Or a backup totem and an offhand totem. Also, I would have noticed another tracer, because it would have been a completely different color if somebody had popped on. Where did I put all the backup totems? I know I've got like a bunch. Nope. Bingo. I'm pretty sure I farmed all these totems up at the Midnight Council. 2023 to 2024. Whoops. Why do you play without auto totem? I don't really need it. I just needed a totem for that one instance, because that'll usually wake me up if I'm not, like, paying attention. Because, like, I was tabbed out in free cam, and I was just sort of admiring all the stuff I've placed, and then bam! Like, that's my bad for not paying enough attention. But I don't need auto totem for that. Okay. Well, alright, so this should be... almost walked off. This should be a safe enough spot to put for right the moment. The rest of this, I'm going to have to build on over the weekend. Hopefully I can, like, cram in a little more done, but... yeah. You can see how much there is here. Like, it's an absurd amount. Oh well, totems were made to be popped anyway, so who cares? I'm not going to sit here and worry about it. I have a bee there? What do you mean? I've got a bunch of hives, but like... rename the totem to Herobrine. No, I'm good. Okay, well... it's really beginning to come along. Let me get one big shader screenshot of the place to sort of show it off. This is what it looks like so far. And I'll probably post it on Twitter at one point or another. Just, I don't know. 2B2T base progress. Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa, building on a prayer. 72 XP leaves to, what? Oh, okay. Whatever. Do I have any idea why Poncho is obsessed with you? I have no idea why Poncho is obsessed with anything, dude. Poncho is an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Also, he's terminally Mexican. Or maybe just terminally online. I don't know. There's not really an easy way to distinguish between those two situations. So yes, that's where we are. I'm gonna build on this. Build more on this. That's where. And yeah, the mobs are going to be outrageous until I can slab all this stuff off. I'm trying to get on that a little bit faster this time around, but like, I need all the main blocks, the thick blackstone in place so that I can use it to build against and secure things in place. You get the idea. Yeah, it's a lot, but it's going to come together quite well. And other than that, guys, I will catch you all tomorrow for Freeform Friday. Or if not, I will catch you Monday for Building with Jack. You all have a great evening. I will catch you all later. Take care. Goodbye. Make sure to leave a subscribe or a like and or a comment, please. I appreciate it. Thank you. And y'all have a great night.